What's going on, friends? James DeWin here with the Alpha Red Comic Channel. Let me turn on some music for us. Music, if I can get to the right media assets. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I have had one of the busiest weekends I've had in a long time. So excuse me as I seem a little absent-minded. Just got back from a meeting, and but man, it's been an action-packed weekend with lots of projects in the works. So let me see if I can get back on track. Let's get back on track. I want to say thank you to you guys for showing up. Mr. Jake Scott in the house. What's up, James? What's up to you, Mr. J. Scott? You are first. You beat Fong. You beat Fong. Fong is usually first man up, but you got him. You got him this time. Let me see if I can open this other. I was trying to open another screen here. I told this thing to play. There you are. I couldn't. Oh, nope. Not yet. Not yet. Stop. Let me see if I can. I'm having some technical difficulties, so bear with me, J. Scott, and people who are watching this later in the thing. Off work today? What's the special occasion, bro? What is the special occasion? Do you take the day off? Do you have some other things, or you just scheduled off? My man, you are lucky. Lucky. Anyway, we're gonna do a little bit of Shredder action here. I thought I was gonna be able to play this. Let me see if I can play. Oh, yep. Let's pause that. And let's see if I can bring this screen. I have a screen that where I drew this. Goodness, can I do all these things at once here? I'm going to take that off. I'm going to add a different screen here. Stop sharing this screen so I can share this other screen where I. Where's this other? Where's the other window? Here it is. I'm going to share this window. And if I can, this is me drawing the pencils for the picture that we're drawing. It's something that I did earlier. Let me see, normal speed, whoop. Faster speed, faster. Here we go. Let's see how fast it's going. There we are. Let me see if I am. And we can talk about it while I'm super speeding this this part of it. Soccer tournament for my daughter. Nice. How did you do? How'd you do, my man? Share. Did you guys win? Did you get the trophy? Do they still give out like little trophies? The award, the participation award type stuff. Oops, wrong one. I meant to do this. There we go. This was me earlier. I was. Let's see if I can get that faster. I'm gonna play that speed back faster. Is that faster? So what I did was I wanted to lay down the lines early, and I hate when I come into this and then you guys don't know what I'm doing. Mr. Fong is in the house. So I finally remembered that I can use the reference inside the book to see his new what you call it. Oroku Saki is in the house. That is right. So I don't know if you guys picked it up, but it was a pretty good comic. The artwork is good. This is me drawing it earlier this afternoon. Whenever it's done, I'll jump back on and we'll color it. We'll do what we have been doing, where we color the we do the colors, and then we come in with the inks. So that is what we're going to do, and I'll show you the Joe Madureira pose that I used as a kind of a inspiration for it, and you guys will be surprised. It's not a Wolverine. I was going to use a Wolverine to do it, but I found a different picture in a Joe Madureira Savage Wolverine comic that I ended up using. So we will we'll be using that. I'll let you see what I used. But let me grab some supplies. Let me grab some supplies. J. Scott says, won 2, lost 1, no trophies for 3rd place. She played 3 games? Bro. They're putting kids through the paces. All right, let me do that. Where's my other colors thing? That's a good thing I drew it earlier. All right, well, we're gonna need that. Let me see if I can. I think these are the 2 main colors I'm gonna need, but I'm gonna need some skin tone here. Some skin tone colors. So I started off, super light, and then as I go darker, I'm starting to use. It looks like I'm still looking for some detail. Like, it's a really cool new design. It's not purple or blue, as I remember in my head, for a Shredder costume, but it's a nice little update that they're doing that mixes in some technology, and I don't know if they'll explain it a little bit more or not, but is this fast enough for you guys? Let's see if we can't speed it up just a little bit more so we can. I'm having trouble with my camera. There we go. Stop the camera there. Come on, Mr. Camera. Will it see me? Will it see me? Will it see me? Come on. Don't move around with me. Oh, come on. Technical difficulties, guys. I'm glad I did the pre-drawing first. All right. Let's see if I can playback speed. Faster, faster, faster. All right. Let me see if I can see if I can locate my markers. I found him. We're in good shape. We're in good shape now. Let's see if I can't come back. Come back. So you won 2. She won 2, lost 1. No trophies for 3rd place. Well, that makes the 1st place trophy a little bit more special, right? All right. So we are finishing up. And by the time the video, the pre-recorded part of it is done, I can jump in with the colors, and then we'll go from the colors to the inks. Yeah. A peach. Right. And so what do you guys think? Did anybody pick up the Shredder? Any good comics from this this week? Anybody want to say anything about Charlie Kirk? All right, we are all set. Let me remove that and open up. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Stop sharing that screen. I know. There it is. Kavamsky. All right. Now we are back. Back. So this is where we landed. And we're going to... Oh, snap. All right. So we're going to go in with... go straight in with the colors. Now Shredder was one of my favorite designs way back when. So this is the way he looks now. So I just want to see if he has red eyes, but he really doesn't. He just has he has white eyes, but it is glowing red. So I don't know if you guys are still thinking about the Charlie Kirk thing. I don't know if you guys want to bring it up here. Is this not a place where we can share our thoughts? Do you have thoughts? Do you not have thoughts about what happened to him? I know I was pretty broken up about it on whatever day that was, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're going to go in here, and this is a C1. So the C1 is like a 10% cool gray. And I only have cool gray stuff. So I know that they make warm grays, but I was never a fan of how that looked. So I didn't get into it. I never invested, I should say, in that. So I found myself looking for people's reaction to the Charlie Kirk news, and kind of got lost in that for a couple of days, honestly. Let me take away some of the stuff. So like parts of Shredder's costume is going to be like high tech now, so it's kind of cool. I don't know how I feel about that, but anyway, I felt some healing, some closure, I think, after his wife made her statements, because there was so many questions in my mind anyway about the future of his organization. I don't know. Is this a place that you guys want to discuss that, or thumbs up, thumbs down, yes, no, on talking about Charlie Kirk? I feel like as a Christian, we need to just kind of acknowledge that he was a Christian and that he was doing his best as a believer to have discussions. Now, he did it in ways that some people didn't appreciate, but we can't please everybody with how we share our ideas, but we should feel safe to discuss those things. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. Just want to not ignore it. Although time heals the wounds, obviously. So, we must go on. I mean, it really doesn't affect a day-to-day for me, someone that far away, as far as an influential person out there. Just not his operations didn't have a huge effect on my day-to-day. Not that he had no effect or influence on my thoughts or how I thought about certain subjects that he felt very passionate about. You see, does he have gloves? Whoops. Does he have? So This is Shredder #1, and it does seem like, I don't know what has happened to Shredder and where he has been, but in the story, he has been gone for a long time, and he is returning. So that is kind of the gist of how they started out. So I am curious, or optimistic. Let's say optimistic about the possibility that they're going to do a fairly good job making an interesting story with him. You know, he comes back and he's pretty powerful, very very skilled, which sounds obvious, but of course there's somebody else who has taken over the foot, and they invite him to join them, and he's like, you know, he shows him what's up, kind of thing. All right. Fong says, the Charlie Kirk assassination really shook me this past week. Yep. That's why I don't want to ignore it. You know, don't want to ignore it, because it should be. I mean, life is so precious, and he was so young. You know, whether or not you agree with him should not be an excuse to justify murder. You know, he's fighting with words, and so all things being equal, just defend your point. You know, boy, this one is running out. Jay Scott said, "Yep, it was just sad. Yep, I was just sad. I mean, I shed some tears for sure. I mean, the news spread so fast. Almost as soon as I found out that he was shot, within a half an hour, news came out that he had passed away. So celebratory reactions were pretty gross. I agree, and it's not unexpected. So what was unexpected is some of the reactions, the backlash that they're getting, which I am happy to see, to be honest. People just need to be held accountable. You know, just be a good human. Like, you don't have to love him, and if you can't control your emotions to be glad that someone that you think is evil, like, I assume that they see him as evil. They're his detractors see him as evil, and so unworthy of life, obviously. So even if you're celebrating, what kind of person would go out there and say that they don't care about somebody else's life? It's just a sad statement on society and how we see other humans. Like, they unhumaned him enough for someone to unlife him, you know. Good thing Red Hood got canceled because of the writer. Yep. It is. It's great to see that there are consequences, and you know, they should have been doing this the whole time. Anyone who is saying bad things, any one of their creators who is saying bad things in social media, should be reprimanded and should be forced to take down their tweets, should not be rewarded with more work, that kind of thing. So I am glad to see that happened. Made me sick to see the reactions. Yep. But let me hit the air conditioning. It was cooler in here, but these lights are very very warm. But yeah, I was heartened to see his wife's statement. She had very good composure for the moment that she is in. So I applaud her for that. And I guess maybe she is going to step up or step into his role for now. I don't know how articulate she is or how well she does. I don't know. I just heard that the Charlie Kirk show is continuing at the same time as it had been, as it has been. So sure, a lot of people will be tuning in tomorrow at I don't know what time. I think it's 12 from noon to 2. Maybe they'll have like a rotating art guest host, not artist, guest host, until they settle into somebody, or maybe she'll take the lead with that. So this is light peach is what I use for flesh, and I know that I typically use it for Caucasian skin, but I don't know what else to like. Japanese people are very fair as far as Asians go. They're not super dark. Like Vietnamese people, we can go from light to dark. There's we're all over the map. I have my sister is pretty dark. Brother Benny is in the house. I'm working on chores, so I can't stay long. I had to pop in to check it out. Looking sharp. Well, I'm glad you dig it. This is Benny's. Benny has claimed this one already, so this was actually a request from him that I was able to make happen. So, Fong, I did see that you sent something. I have been running around like a madman all weekend trying to finish up our project, a house project, and it looked like you were asking for a commission. So I will have to take a look at it when we're done, and I will get back to you for sure. And we can probably make that happen. We can definitely probably make that happen, and I can give you a timeline and a price on that. Faux show. So yeah. No, I like the finished look of how these are turning out with the colors and stuff. So I want to continue it if I can, and I feel like I'm seeing ways that I can improve on that and just kind of stretch some of my how I attack the colors. So that we can land on an image that is more polished looking. And I'm really looking forward to Alpha Red number 8. I'm kind of almost done with the project. I had a house project. I had to renovate my entryway. I don't know. Yeah, the entryway, I guess, is the best way to say it. So I've been working on that for like 2.5 weeks, and it just ceases. It refuses to be done. So I pushed the pause button on that because I have to get back to that Advent project. I don't know if you guys remember that Advent project that I was working on, but obviously they want it out by Advent. So I have to get them the artwork in time for printing and all that stuff. So I am going to put everything else on pause. But while I am working on the Advent project, I kind of took a peek over at what I want to do with Alpha Red number 8. And man, I am so jazzed about everything how it's coming together. I don't even want to spoil. No spoilers until I start into it. Like really get into some of the drawing of it, because it is it's going to be fun. Yeah, it'll just be fun. It's a break from what I've been kind of doing with Alpha Red, and hopefully just kind of adding an element to him that will be fun. I don't want to give away too much until you see maybe some of the pages. I'll share some of the pages, and I'll share some of the cover art. But all right, so this is going to be like, oh, that's right. He does have some elements, some color elements here. He has a collar, I believe, and he also has a red, like martial arts thing right there, and I believe I see a little bit of redness. Yep. See, I see some around his neck. I see some around his feet here. So we'll give him a little bit of redness down here, and I think we'll go redness on the heel, the sole of his shoe. But this one's coming together fast. Famous last words, right? Famous last words. And then I'm gonna go in to get some contrast here. I want to get this top piece here to cast a shadow. This would be like his forehead being in the shadow. Like the light source would be like coming from up here a little bit. So it would drop down here, casting the shadow down here. Brother Fong says, I'll be going to Alpha Omega Con next weekend. Anything you want me to check out for you? I will check out to see who's there. I would love to attend or set up at an Alpha Omega Con. I'm praying through some, like, is it something that we can do? Would they be willing to share the name? I love the name, the Alpha Omega Con. Maybe East Coast, West Coast, because nobody is making $1 bazillion doing Christian independent comics. Okay, so nobody's gonna be flying me out there, and it's just too expensive. It's expensive. So I wonder if we can't like have an East Coast, West Coast Alpha Omega thing, and maybe certain people who want to be represented, their comic represented on one coast, can trade with somebody else on the West Coast, or I don't know. I don't know who organizes the Alpha Omega Con phone, but if you can float that idea, I don't know if you've ever been to one of these before. I'd be curious to see if there are enough fans in this space to make it worth it to fly out there. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of looking for opportunities as people are more and more open to talking about Christianity and our faith, that, you know, I don't think most people see an overlap for their comic book hobby and their faith, or their curiosity in the faith. So I think most people associate Christian comics with Christian movies and TV shows, and maybe not The Chosen, but a lot of Christian movies and TV shows are just kind of mid, and you really want to support them so that, you know, you have more good Christian content out there. But at the same time, like normies don't have the money to just spend on like a maybe this might be good kind of thing. So that was 50% cool gray. Let's escalate the contrast with the 70%. So the more it goes, the darker the cool grays I use, the more contrast there should be. So the more depth it should look like that is being conveyed, right? And remember, I'm going back in with the inks then also. So this isn't like the final cut of it. It'll be this and then the inks. But we definitely want it to get darker, because once you add the dark shadows and stuff, the rest of it really pops out. And I'm just going to go down like this. I think this is kind of where the shadows need to fall. So hopefully I can rescue that portion right there. Hopefully I can rescue that. And give it the folds of the pants and the cloth there to really kind of sell that he's got some cloth still on there. Let's do this part. Just doing like the darkest parts of that. And I don't think I went in. I want a cool gray 3. Where's a 3? Do I have a 30%? That's the 50%. 30% is, nope, that's another 50%. And that's a 10%. Where's all my 30% at? Did I not put it back? There it is. It's next time. Got it. So we'll make his whole fist here 30%. So that when I go in with the 50 and 70%, it'll make it look like he's wearing like dark gray gloves. So that was a 30. I already laid down the 70, so this is the 50. So, did you guys pick up Transformers? Let's talk Transformers. Let's talk Absolute Batman came out this week. Did you guys pick that up? Are you still on the Absolute Batman train? Issue number 11 was so violent. I thought that issue number 12 was going to be it for me, because I thought the Bane storyline was ending, but apparently it does not. So here, let me show you where I got the inspiration for the pose. So when I get stuck on a pose, I typically go to Joe Madureira drawing to kind of give me the energy. So I looked at the cover here. It didn't give me the Shredder vibes. This gives me a bit of Wolverine moodiness. So I flipped through the book to see if there was like something more Shredder-ish throughout, and I was intentionally looking for Wolverine poses, and then what I ended up landing on was actually this pose right here of Vanessa, where Kingpin is battling Vanessa, his love of his life, but she's possessed or whatever. She was brought back to life and she wants to kill him. But just this was like close enough to something that Shredder would do, just kind of hunched over. And so that whatever pose that I just showed you became this. So it doesn't have to be one for one that you, when you're getting inspiration, it doesn't have to be like you're tracing or you're whatever you're doing as you're looking through your favorite artist or artwork to come up with poses or find the right energy. And like, don't get hung up on these people accusing you of swiping stuff, because it is nonsensical to think that everybody just comes up with these poses all on their own, having never been influenced by somebody else. Just absolutely ridiculous. Jim Lee was influenced by John Byrne and Perez and everybody else. So don't even let that stop you. Let me think. Like, do I start in with should I start in with the inks? What do you guys think? We'll start in with the inks. I'm going to take a snappy a little picture right here. Snap a little picture. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Fong says, I'm trying to do a Christian Comic Con in Northern California. Working name is Koinonia Con. Very cool. Koinonia is, what does Koinonia mean? Koinonia means fellowship. Is that fellowship or something like that? You need to come out here for that. For sure. We have a big Vietnamese population out here waiting to meet you. Nice, nice. Reverend Saber in the house. The quality of Absolute Bat is good. I don't think it's my flavor. Yeah. So issue number 12 was very good. I thought, and it was not as brutal as the previous issue. And as I was watching Wes and hang on, I'm looking for my no there. Just looking for my inking tools. As I was watching the aficionados on Thinking Critical with Wes and all those guys, and they were weighing in on it, they said that all the brutality in issue number 11 did not actually exist. Like it was like a hypothetical that Alfred was suggesting, and when he was chopping him up, when he was beating him up, his eyeballs popping out, that was all like a hypothetical that Alfred was trying to I don't know how to explain it, but like that was just, it was not real. I was like, get the heck out of here, what are you talking about? And I asked my son, because after blacking it all out, you know, like covering up all the brutality of the blood everywhere, he said that he could see where it could be taken, that it didn't happen. It was just a violence for the sake of violence, but it didn't really happen. His arms did not get chopped off, and all these things did not happen. I was like, what in the world? But yeah, once the Bane storyline is done, I think I'm done with Absolute Batman. And I feel bad. I'm gonna have to talk to my local comic shop, because I think he has upped his orders of Absolute Batman just based on the popularity of it. And I mean, maybe other people are starting to find it and they like it, and they're going to do super well with it. But as heavily as he's leaning into it, my comic book shop guys, I mean, as heavily as they're leaning into it, I would just warn them that maybe it's a little off-putting to some people, and it's not going to be as big as he's hoping that it is, just because it's big right now. It's definitely big right now, and picking up some heat, I think. At least good word of mouth. But I'm not the only one who is expressing some doubt in its longevity, or that it is the right Batman for them. I mean, Reverend Saber says it's not for him, so he's got great taste because he likes Alpha Red. So you know, if you don't like Absolute Batman. Just kidding. All right. I do like this style of doing the colors in between. I hope it's something that I can lean into and use moving forward, because I do like how it just turns out. So, did the Batman arrive safe and sound? I don't know if you mentioned that in the message that you sent me, whether or not you received last week's sketch and whether or not it made it through the post office unscathed. Because I did go back through and just I noodled with it a lot more than I intended to. I even held it for an extra day and noodled around a little bit extra, a little bit. Did you watch the Batman meets TMNT animated movie? There's an animated movie? No, sir. I did not know about it. Is it on HBO Max? Do you know? I have my brother's HBO Max sign in. If it is on there, I would love to watch it. I did not know. I knew that they had done a comic book of it, which the artwork, I don't know, for whatever reason, did not do it for me, so I never picked it up. But I would love to see that. I'm actually writing some fanfic for myself. If I have the time to draw, I would love to do just some fanfic stuff, just because I don't have a desire to go through and try to become a Marvel artist or a DC artist. But I'd love to draw Batman. So Ray McKay and I have a Batman fanfic story that I am just kind of laying out at this point. But Alpha Red comes first. It's just if I need a break from Alpha Red for a little bit, if I can lean into some of the characters that I really enjoy or wish I had the opportunity to draw, and then just maybe draw it, package it up, and give it out for free for people who buy certain amounts of Alpha Red or whatever, so that it would not be a sold thing, but it can be something that I scratch the itch of drawing an actual Ninja Turtles comic or a Batman comic. Maybe I'll do my own Ninja Turtles versus Batman comic, that kind of stuff. That'd be fun. Methinks. But I'll definitely have to check that out. Like I said, last time I checked my parcel box on Wednesday, I did not see it. I'm going to have to check the tracking on that. Reverend Saber says the movie is big fun. Big fun. That's a thumbs up from Mr. Reverend Saber. I'll check again when I get home. Okay. It might be on HBO Max. I'll have to. I have it on Blu-ray. Nice. Where do I send my money for Batman James Q Ray McKay book? Yeah, whenever we finish it. I mean, Ray has already finished his the script. So I asked him if he would be interested, and he said, "Of course." And then within like a day, he had a Batman story for me. So he is always up for some fun. He's great to have around. I love it. I love Mr. Ray McKay and the amount of energy that he brings to just the collaborations and the stories. And he's great at taking some notes that he's okay with the changes that I ask him to make to the stories that we work on together. And it just makes it easy for me to continue to work with him. You know, I don't know He's a prolific writer. He's all over the place. He's works for like 2 or 3 different comic companies. And my man is 21 or 22. So he's just, he's a machine. He's very excited about being a part of the comic book industry in whatever way that he can. And he's reliable. And like I said, he just brings the energy with him that is infectious. His excitement for the project keeps me motivated. Don't run out on me yet. Hope this is the old Pilot Precision V5 rolling ball, if you guys are curious what I'm using here. My long lost tool that I love. I swear one of these days I'm gonna try the brush and the inkwell again. I have it right next to me. It's somewhere around here. I have my inks. Yeah, as I was watching Sandra Hope ink some stuff, I did go back, and it still has ink in it. I tried it years and years ago, and I just don't think I was ready. Just didn't have the skill to pick up the brush, and it didn't have the control that I wanted. I wanted a very tight kind of line, and I don't think I appreciated the energy that a brush can bring. So because I had not mastered it, I kind of thumbed my nose at it. But I have the India ink within arm's reach. So I sent out my first batch of Alpha Red number 1 that was ordered through Filbo distribution. So Filbo is like a replacement, one of the many distribution companies that sprang up after the bankruptcy of Diamond. The sale, the bankruptcy, I don't know. Did the sale ever go through? I know that there was some selling and not selling of Diamond going on. I don't know anything about the Jebby guy or whatever that they kept talking about, who is apparently a not a very nice businessman, not a very smart businessman. So one of these distribution companies, their name is Filbo Distribution, and Alpha Red was listed in the solicitations for October. Came out in July. The catalog, I think, came out at the beginning of July. I think we missed a month. So Alpha Red number 2 is being solicited for December. And I don't know if people are going to stick around. I don't know what the deal is, but the orders went out for issue number 1 on I sent it out on Monday. Or was it Monday? It might have been the end of last week. That's right. So that's fun news to know that comic shops are ordering it. Not a whole lot. I think I sold 16 copies of Alpha Red #1. So I appreciate any of the, I think it was 5 or 6 different comic stores who are taking a chance on Alpha Red #1. So I hope that I can reach out to Filbo Distribution and ask them who those 5 stores are. And I would love to just send them some appreciation. Just call them or email them and let them know that I am grateful. And if they're close, maybe I can drive down, do a signing. Something, something. Something, something. That's 16 Alpha Reds that are out there in the wild. And I'm working with my local comic shop to kind of give them the same deal. They did not order any. Filbo Distribution is not one of the new distribution companies that they chose to go with. They want to support like the independent distributor and independent comics and all that. They're very kind with me and allowing me to. They had me out one time last year. I don't push it to be there more, just because I don't have time, honestly. Last year I was going heavy into Alpha Red and it worked out great, but I've got to kind of rethink my strategy and my purpose for Alpha Red and go where more people are likely to respond. I did sell a bunch at the store signing. I don't want to say that it was a waste of time or anything, but it was good. But with the distribution, going through distribution channels, I definitely do not make any money. I think maybe I lose money because I have to ship it out to the distributor. So let me see if I'm missing anything. Funk says the Shredder drawing is definitely a cut above the rest. Fung is the punniest. He's a master pun. He's a punny guy. Fung is a punny guy. A cut above the rest. He is turning out pretty cool. Yeah. So I don't know how much it cost. This was $4.99 for the sketch version. I don't know if they have it at $3.99 or $4.99 is like kind of the normal price for IDW books. But it was worth the read for me. Thankfully, Benny is paying for for me to read comics because I get to read it and then he pays me to draw these cool pictures that I would love to draw anyways. Just needed the right motivation, the right excuse and motivation to do it. And I don't need it for my collection, this Shredder comic. But it was a good read. And if I was more of a collector, I would not hesitate to add it to my collection. But I don't have room. Got too many Alpha Reds around. Anybody out there read Transformers? Anybody want to talk about Transformers number 24, the last Daniel Warren Johnson written comic? Let me see here. Go a little bit farther. Kabamski. And all right, you guys know I'm going to noodle with this a little bit more. It is 9 o'clock, and thankfully, I did the little speed drawing as I was coming up with the pose. And so if you missed it, I did show you the pencils on this thing. But we are going to call this done for now. And Benny, you know I'm going to noodle with it just a little bit more. Just don't like to... I like to sit on it just for a little bit. And I don't know what's coming out next week. Is there something cool coming out next week that you guys want to see? Because if not, Benny did ask for another one. And we're going on a Benny binge. Actually, Fung, I'll have to get your message and maybe we'll do the... Was it the shield that you asked me to do? That would be cool. I'm not familiar with the shield, so I want to do some research and see if I can read anything online about him. And then we can certainly make that happen maybe next week. But you guys can expect... Well, I'm going to be doing more artwork this week to kind of work through that Advent project so that I can get that done for the publisher so that they can have it for Advent, for this Advent. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me every Sunday. We're going to call this done for now. Noodle with it a little bit more. And I'll post the final somewhere on my social medias. Maybe everywhere on my social medias. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out as you do every week. So grateful for you guys. Just let me know what you want me to draw, and we'll do it next time. So until next time, guys, have a great week. We'll see you next week. Grace and peace. Oh, let me turn off this song, pause it, and then I'll hit the we out of here. All right, guys. Grace, peace. We out.
With courage in his heart, a beacon of hope, he's ready to start. With faith as his armor and a fire in his soul, Alpha Red stands tall, fulfilling his role. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. In a world full of chaos, where evil may lurk, he fights for the righteous, his mission and work. Guided by God, with strength from above, he battles the darkness with unyielding love. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red, Alpha Red. When the light prayer and a promise. He faces the fight. Alpha Red shines through, the beacon of light. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. So stand tall with courage, let your faith lead the way. With Alpha Red beside us, we'll see a brighter day. For evil may tremble, but never forget, the world is protected by our hero, Alpha Red. Alpha Red. Alpha Red.